Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lauren Fix, and this is the 2023 Aston Martin DBX707. It is the ultra luxury, the ultimate in having an SUV performance and handling and great looking vehicle that has not just race history, but actual performance, not just a big motor shoved into an SUV. You gotta take a look at this vehicle. I'm really impressed, and I don't say that about very many vehicles. Let's take a look at the outside first. This is a front engine, all-wheel drive, 5-passenger, 4-door SUV. It has a really aggressive stance. If you're an Aston Martin fan, you can see right away the improved larger front twin-vaned front grille that's larger for cooling this big beast. Also has a new carbon fiber front splitter, and that's developed to provide high-speed stability so that you don't get that lift that happens when you have this kind of power. And you'll also notice that gloss black splitter is standard. One thing you'll note is the full LED automatic headlights and DRLs. Really aggressive and cool looking. All of the Aston Martin badging is real metal. They are not decals like you'll see on some other vehicles for lightweighting. They really wanted this to have a different kind of feel. You'll also notice that lower splitter just before the main splitter. That's to duct air around the vehicle, because it's about getting air around the vehicle and making it as slippery as possible. The 23-inch alloy forged wheels are riding on top of carbon fiber brakes. Those carbon fiber brakes really do stop, and they're 40 kilograms lighter, and that helps with unsprung massive weight. Also, the revised chassis makes a huge difference. You'll notice this carbon side striker, and the side mirrors are also carbon encased. The lower sills below the doors are also carbon fiber, and you'll also notice those strong rear fenders to vent the air around. And across the back, there is apertures for ventilating more heat from underneath the vehicle. When you're looking at the back, the first thing you're gonna see is these gigantic dual quad throaty exhaust pipes that have a wonderful sound. You don't even need the audio system. It's literally about the exhaust system. Now you'll see that lower rear diffuser, there's a winglet just below that, and that will help diffuse the air to keep this vehicle stable and steady at high speeds. You'll notice a signature LED rear taillight, as well as that upper wing, which is also in carbon fiber and is longer in order to keep the rear end down at high speeds. Curb weight of this vehicle is 5,128 pounds. It also has a panoramic full glass roof, the quad exhaust, which I talked about, as well as the stance of 23-inch wheels all the way around, giving it a more athletic and purposeful stance. One of the things that's special about the DBX707 is that all of the drive modes have been moved to the center console, carbon fiber all the way around. You'll note that the controls are slightly different, but pretty much the same as the regular DBX. Your controller is right here. You can change everything with the dial. Unfortunately, there is no touchscreen, which I find disappointing. But the rest of the controls are right here for safety adjustment, and my favorite, changing that exhaust note to being something quite aggressive. And your center screen is the same, and your shifter is right here. Park, reverse, start, stop button, neutral, and drive. Your center screen is the same that is on the regular Aston Martin DBX. And as you change the drive modes change in front of you. And you can see the gauges change just a touch. And the suspension settles in that 3-chamber suspension system that sticks this vehicle right to the roadway. And then back to my favorite drive mode, Sport Plus. Really nice, and the exhaust is fabulous. Steering wheel is the same. I'm surprised there isn't a flat bottom steering wheel, but then maybe that's something they'll add. Maybe that's something bespoke you can request along with these carbon fiber paddle shifters. Really pretty interior. In addition, there is storage underneath the center console. That's for your charging of your phone, wireless charging, and then of course a little extra storage as well as in that glove box. Under the hood of the DBX707 is an uprated 4-liter twin-turbo V8 with an intercooled double overhead cam 32-valve V8. That's an aluminum block and heads with direct injection. 707 PS, 900 Newton meters of torque, backed by a 9-speed automatic wet clutch transmission, which gives really sharp, crisp shifts, improved turbochargers, new launch control system called Race Start, and 5 selectable drive modes. Fuel economy, 15 miles to the gallon, but who really cares when you're buying a vehicle like this? 0 to 60 time, 3.1 seconds, top speed, 193 miles an hour. As far as the safety features, they're all standard in this vehicle. Everything that you would want, from the forward collision warning to all the things that you don't want, the nannies. And those nannies can be turned on and off, all in the center screen. Now, visibility is excellent considering the design of this vehicle. You've got a backup camera if you need it, nice low sills, seating position, spectacular. These seats are Sparco type of seats, nice grippy form fitting. If you don't like that type of seat, you can order this vehicle as a bespoke. In other words, anything that you would want in this vehicle, they'll put it in. It just comes with a price. Now, it's got heated and ventilated seats, both front and rear. The seating surfaces are spectacular. Multicolor back of the seats are carbon fiber. Center console pretty normal, but overall this vehicle really is impressive on the inside. And the outside, they've really done a great job. And there's not too many vehicles. I would say this qualifies as one of the top vehicles that has everything you'd want. 0 to 60 time, 3.1 seconds in the Sport Plus mode. Oh, listen to this. Oh, this is freaking awesome. Boom, 3 seconds goes by. Super quick. This vehicle has a top speed of almost 200 miles an hour. This is the ultra luxury and the performance that you want. Remember, Aston Martin's history comes from racing. Oh, this is my kind of vehicle. Now, I have reviewed the regular DBX, and there were some things I didn't like about it. But when it comes to the 707, I knew it would have 707 PS and 900 Newton meters of torque. So it's going to have some wicked get up and go. So we're going to play with this vehicle, give you a feel for what it's like if you've owned an Aston Martin before or an Aston Martin DBX and you think, I could use some more space, I could use some more power. This is the vehicle you want. Exhaust note is fabulous. Listen to this. Just roars. This is my kind of vehicle, but not just go power. This vehicle has whoa power. 23-inch wheels, serious carbon fiber brakes, all about lightweighting. Just how Porsche does it, Aston Martin has said, we can do that. Yes, they can. Found a nice little strip here. You can bring this up well over triple digits like that. Now, as someone with some racing experience, I do not recommend doing this on the roads. This is track type driving. This is something that is really a very special car that if you put it on the road, you'll love it. If you put it on the track, you're really gonna love it. Nice, tight turning radius. This vehicle really offers everything you would want in an ultra luxury vehicle. As the fastest SUV in this category, there's nothing that comes close to this. Just the control of the vehicle, driving it, you can feel the engagement between the driver and the roadway. This is really important because you're not just talking about changes in sharp shifting from the wet clutch to the performance aspects and the light weighting, but this is aerodynamically balanced. And that's one of the things you don't get. I can put a huge motor into an SUV. That's not the same thing as making this a balanced driver that you could use every day. So there's different drive modes for that. We'll drop from the Sport Plus mode down to the Sport mode. Still has really nice power. God, I love this exhaust note. Oh, as good as the other Aston Martins I've driven, this one's just that much better because it's got real throaty, deep power. Well-tuned exhaust system. I've dropped it to the GT mode. You can then go to the individual or the terrain mode. Yes, this vehicle is capable off-road. Currently, I own a Porsche Cayenne, and it has been driven off-road. This vehicle can do that as well. But remember, this is a lot more expensive vehicle, but the customers that have these You don't know where they live around the world. And many people do take this thing off-road depending upon where they live, maybe to their mountain home. When it comes to cargo space, there is 22 cubic feet of storage. This is about the same as you're going to find in a Porsche Cayenne or an Urus and a Bentayga. All of this is beautiful carpeting. Underneath, there's a spare tire and a tire inflation product. There are buttons for raising and lowering the vehicle, good for getting it on a flatbed if needed. Hopefully you don't. On this side, there are buttons for putting the left and right rear seats down for loading cargo. There's also a beautiful cargo cover, which is leather wrapped and hand stitched. When it comes to pricing for the 2023 Aston Martin DBX707, it starts at $236,000. You can make this vehicle as bespoke and customized as you wish. Whether it's carbon fiber, you want black gloss, you want certain exterior colors, interior colors, that can be done, including all that beautiful hand-stitched leather. Our test vehicle came in at $292,000. If I had that kind of money, this would be in my garage. When you look at the competitors, there's quite a few of them. The Lamborghini Urus, which I really loved, and they've improved it for 2023. The Porsche Cayenne Turbo GT, again, a fabulous car, and I do own a Cayenne, not a Turbo GT, but I do love the vehicle, and of course the Bentley Bentayga, and there are other cars in this category, especially when you talk about Land Rover and Jaguar, but this is a specialty ultra luxury vehicle. And when you're talking about vehicles in this category, there's a lot of them that can come and go. I mean, you could buy an Escalade if you wanted something gigantic, a V-Series, we've reviewed that as well. But this vehicle fits into a very nice sweet spot of about 4 or 5 other competitors. On the pro side, awesome looking, great performance, seating comfort is fabulous. On the negative side, I can't believe there's not a touchscreen. That would drive me crazy. And also when you unlock the car, the door handles don't pop open, so you have to push them to open them. Those two things would drive me crazy, and those are negatives that you need to think about. Maybe that doesn't make a difference to you, but overall there's a lot of positives about this car, and it really is fabulous looking. There's a lot of details that I didn't cover, and I'm sure you have additional questions, so put that down in the comments below, and I will get you an answer. If you'd like to support our channel, you can buy me a cup of coffee. The details for that and the link is in the description, as well as for our website, our podcast, and our social media. I'm really glad we get to keep this vehicle for a week because I'm going to use up every ounce of fuel in this tank because this vehicle is a ton of fun and it's a real head turner. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time.